Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my cotoneaster. This is one that I bought as a nursery stock earlier this year and put it in this big training pot. The pot's a little oversized for it, but when I got it, it was very well. It was super root bound in a large round nursery container, and I didn't want to take off too many roots. I wasn't that familiar with this species. This is my first one, so I was a little conservative. I cut it enough to get it in this shallower pot, but I left the width of the root ball intact just because I didn't want to disturb too much. But as you can see, it took to its container quite well. It's been pruned once before down to a profile, something like this, and something like we'll end up with today, hopefully. But all these shoots here, that's, a good 8-10 inches on some of these. This one's maybe even 10-12 inches long. So it's been growing really well, and today we're going to just trim it up and get it back in shape. I have had a few little white flowers on it, and I guess it gets berries in the fall or something, but the way I prune it, I may sacrifice some of those, but that's okay. I just want to get it in shape. So I'm just going to start by giving it a rough profile prune to get it kind of back in shape. And just so you know, these cuttings, I took some cuttings just like this in the spring when I got this plant and rooted them. They rooted pretty easy, so I've got some small plants going. So once those get to a point to where I'm ready to repot them and start styling them, I will make a video and bring you guys along. Like I said, I'm just getting started with this species, so I've got a lot to learn, which is kind of fun. That's why you can pick up these, a new plant at the nursery before it's been styled or anything, and just kind of experiment with it and have fun. That's kind of what I'm doing with this one. And then, a season or two, you'll learn a lot about it and maybe have a new favorite kind of tree to grow. And like some of my other videos, this is another one that I should have rotated, but this front side faces the sun more than the back side. So I've got to develop some more growth back here, but I'll turn that around when I stick it back outside. I know it's kind of like a broken record, I say that in a few of my videos. I just need to do a better job at doing that. I'm not doing anything really fancy with this. I'm just trying to develop a few little different pad layers on this. It's kind of a little twin trunk, sort of. The main trunk goes off to the left, and it's got a pretty big main branch off to the right. So it's almost a twin trunk, but not quite. Maybe once I get more pruned off, we can see the trunk a little better. Now that I've got it pruned back, I'm just kind of going in and looking at the profile now to see what kind of refinement I want to do. Like I said, nothing fancy with this. I'm trying to get a little pad over here, so I've got to bring these down a little shorter. And now that I know it's established and growing really well, I can be a little more aggressive on my pruning. I've been kind of conservative up to this point, so I always do that when I'm learning a new tree. I don't get crazy and really chop it back. You can, read, things and do some research, videos and stuff on how to take care of it, but I find that there's so many different variables, from what kind of soil it's in, what kind of environment it's in, the watering cadence, and so what works for somebody may not work for somebody else. So if I would watch a video that says, hey, you can prune these clear back to nothing, and if I did that, my soil may be different, my outdoor environment may be different, it may be too hot, too cold, and just may not respond. So that's why I like to learn. I do research, but then I also I take what I learned from that research, but I also try to learn myself. So I go a little conservative on the care and maintenance until I learn, kind of myself and my own environment, how the tree responds. So it's just how I do it. But so far, I'm liking this species. It's the leaves stay really small. It grows pretty vigorous. You can tell. I mean, if you can see down here in the trunk, I mean, all these little shoots. This trunk was bare because I had taken all these back earlier, but they've all sprouted right back out. So I'm going to take them off again, and I'm sure they'll spring right back, but that's fine. I think that's why they propagate so easy. Yeah, I didn't do anything special with the propagating. I just took some of those cuttings like I showed you and stuck them in soil, and before you know it, I saw roots growing out of the bottom of the little containers I had them in. Just looking at some of these, trying to get these little shoots off of here. I can maybe go down. That's a pretty hefty branch over there. I think I might just take a little bit of that off just to bring the height down. Yep. Just so I can get that separate layer of a pad back here. Probably take that back a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. That way I've got a nice little pad in there. I got this back branch here it's not even really a back branch. It's more of a, I've got several branches coming from that same point in through here. take some of these little shoots off the inside so I can see the branches. I'm thinking I need to thin that out some, but am I going to lose too much back there? Probably not. I've got this one here that's going to continue to grow and give me some stuff I can work with back there. So I think I will take that off. Yeah, it opened that area up a little bit, which is nice. That's the part I took off. And that gave me that space in there that I'm looking for. It's nice. And this branch here, it almost is an eye poker. It comes out straight. I could probably put some wire on that and move it off to the side. I may do that. Gotta get these little shoots out of here. All this growth down here in the crooks of where the branch meets the trunk, I'm thinning those out just to declutter it a little bit. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, I think if I bend that over this way, that would look better. So I may do that here in a little bit, or off camera afterwards, and I can show you that next time we work on the tree. But today's main goal was just to get it back in shape and get some of these pads on the way to being developed. And I think I can probably get rid of this branch because it's kind of interfering right over the top of that other one, and that way it'll give me some more open space in there, which is what I'm looking for in this design. Just gonna thin this out a little more, just because I know it'll really spring right back once I get it back outside. But overall, I mean, even the front to back depth is pretty balanced. I've got to fill this area in here a little bit, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And it just kind of jumped out at me at the nursery. I was looking at it, and just, you know, how any bonsai enthusiast at a nursery, people probably look at them funny because they pick the pots up, the plant to see how it looks overall. But you know, I like picking the pots up and getting in really close and looking at the trunk movement. And this one had a decent trunk, I thought. So it ended up in my cart and came home with me. I'm kind of glad, because shaping up to be pretty nice. Got a knuckle here that I'm trying to thin out a little bit. See if I can get in here a different way. I had some branches here that I took off. Got a little bit of a knuckle there. Let me just take that down a little bit more. Let that start healing back over. Seemed to heal pretty good from that other cut, so. Yeah. I'm kind of liking this little guy. Like I said, the pot's a little too big, but next spring, when it comes repotting time, I will probably, since I know that it took to some root work, I will most likely try to drop it down into a smaller, more appropriate size container. But until then, we'll let it just be nice and happy and healthy here. Okay, I think we're just about getting it to where we wanted to today. Got some really nice open pad spaces here, which I really like. The backside looks good, but I'll set that towards the sun when I stick it back outside just to get more vigorous growth there. But yeah, it's pretty happy with it. So just take off a couple more of these shoots on the inside. Yeah, I think we'll like that open space there. Looks really nice. Yep, I think that'll work for today. So I'll give you a quick spin around. There's the front. There's the left side. There's the back. There's the right side. And back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.